with the keywords around ecosystem services. So the scientific community is really getting around this idea. What I think is equally interesting, though, is it's getting out into the more popular consciousness as well. And this is a cover of The Economist from a bunch of years ago now, but there have been two since, talking about this idea that nature has value to our lives. I'm not sure it's going to rescue environmentalism entirely, but at least it's relevant to the way in which we study and manage natural systems. Okay, so there are lots of ways to think about the variety of research that goes on within ecosystem services. I've chosen to just really simply array them on two axes as a framework for this talk. So studies vary in the number of services they take on at a time and in the scale and generality at which they treat ecosystem services. I would say that the Millennium Assessment, that thing I just told you about, anchors the upper right of this graph. It was this global assessment of all the world's ecosystem services, trying to get a very top-line view of nature's contribution to human well-being. More recently, TEEB, or the Economics of Ecosystems and Biodiversity project, is another one that's up there, involving a lot of people, a lot of services at global scales. And what my talk's going to do is kind of trace through my own research program kind of a series of projects that move elsewhere in this space. One, a really detailed field experiment on a single service in a single place, trying to do a very detailed job on the ecology and the economics of the value of one service to, in this case, local farmers. Another step, trying to get a little bolder and posit a general model of how this one ecosystem service might work in agricultural landscapes broadly, and to test that a lot of places. And then third, to move off to the right and tackle several ecosystem services at once at broader scales, so watershed scales, state, sub-country